accountant. Now I want to meet some global companies such as IBM, Intel, Dell, eBay, Apple.
Yep, excellent, Tuan. So more software companies, computer companies. Excellent. Thank you, Tuan. And Tuan, I just want to remind you just to always remember when we have a noun such as accountant, we say an accountant. So I am an accountant.
Yes, I am an accountant.
Excellent.
Hi.
Excellent. I'm sure you knew that one, but sometimes it just slips the tongue. Excellent, Tuan. Thank you very much. You can only listen tonight, so welcome to you, and I hope you enjoy listening along to the class tonight. So I'll skip on down past you to Nyok. Nyok, welcome. Please introduce yourself to the class.
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Nhok. I come from Ho Chi Minh City, and now I am a student of university in Ho Chi Minh.
What are you? Sorry, Nyok. You're of USA. What exactly are you studying? Sorry, not. I just.
Economics
So.
law university.
Ah. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. And so this has a little bit to do with economics and business. So list two companies for us, please, Nyok.
Hitachi Company, Metro, Metro Supermarket.
Okay.
Hitachi.
Excellent. Alrighty. Thank you, Nyok. And lastly, hello and welcome, Jesse. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, everybody. My nickname is Jessie, and I'm living in Ho Chi Minh City now. And I study in marketing. And some of global company which I know, example like Unilever, P&G, or Coca-Cola, and also research company like Nielsen or TNS.
Yep. Excellent. Excellent. So, you know, plenty of companies, lots of companies, Jesse. Jesse, I just want to remind you, just remember to use the plural too with companies. So some companies or global companies, just remember to use that plural all the time when we're talking about more than one. But thank you very much, Jesse. Okay, nice to have everyone in the class, and everyone sounds very awake for 11 p.m. on Friday night. Most people are usually asleep by now or out partying or something, and it's good to have you all in the class instead, doing a bit of English, and then probably going out after that, or maybe sleeping after that. Who knows? Okay, let's go ahead. And our speak up section today, we don't have a video, we just have a question at the top. What are the advantages and disadvantages? Disadvantage, could be disadvantages, I guess, should be, of working for a global company. I'm sure there's more than one disadvantage, so it should be disadvantages. But anyway, there's some suggestions on the screen, and I'm sure that everyone has their own ideas about this as well. So please, everyone, just tell us, what are the advantages and disadvantages of working for a global company? And Kim, can you start, please, and tell us what are some advantages and disadvantages?
Yes. I think when we have chance to work in global company, we have a chance to we have a chance to improve our technology and know about the new the various culture, and we have a chance to connect to everyone on over the world, and we have a chance to travel to many countries on over the world. And how about disadvantage? I think because of language, we have we feel we will feel difficult to communicate with a foreigner, or if you make trend a culture, you it's hard to it's hard to it's hard to resolve, and it's hard to I think difficult
Yeah.
culture is difficult.
Yeah, I think so. Probably the biggest disadvantage probably is the language. Unless we all speak the same language, we need translators and things like this. So if everyone can speak similar language, then it's good. Kim, just one thing I want to mention, or two things quickly, is just remember as well, like I mentioned to Jesse, just always try to remember to use the plurals. If you say, when you say many countries, better use the plural countries. But just one thing I want to mention to you mainly is when you said we feel it difficult. So just remember, we need to say feel it is difficult.
Yes,
Or we can also say, okay, excellent. And you can also say we find it difficult too. So I'll just put them in the chat box so we can say find it difficult as well. But yeah, excellent. Thank you, Kim. Good answer. Thank you very much. John, what do you think about this? What are the advantages and or disadvantages?
Yes, teacher. In my opinion, working for a global company has some advantages, such as we can have high salary and have some opportunities to get advanced technology. So I think I think most global companies are using English as their main language, so we can have a lot of opportunities to improve our English skills. And we can learn from other cultures when we work for a global company. But on the other hand, working for a global company has some disadvantages, such as we have to work a lot, and sometimes cultural differences will cause some conflicts and misunderstandings to happen. I think I think so.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Good answer, Tuan. Really good. And just remember, I'll remind you too, as Tuan before, just remember those article words like or an or the. So we talk about we'll have high salary. Just remember to say we can have a high salary.
Yes, teacher.
So just remember
I understand.
the yeah, excellent. Okay, thank you, Tuan. Really good answer though. Thank you. And now, Tuan, your thoughts on this, please.
Yes, in my opinion, there are some advantages of working for global company. The first, as you know, global company has many offices and brands in over the world. If you can work for a global company, you can have a train to live and work overseas and traveling a lot. The second, in global company, you work in the international working environment. That means you have to speak international language, and is a trend to you can improve your foreign language skill, especially the English. And global companies often pay well and give the attractive benefit parking benefit path to attract the best candidates. So you can get a high salary if you work for the global company. Besides some advantages, there are some disadvantages you have to face if you work for the global company. The first, working in a global company, that means you have to work with the better worker, the good co-worker, and the competition is strong. It's strong. That means you have to work. Usually have to work under the highest pressure, and you have to work more efficiently.
Yeah.
And
Joanne, just let me stop you quickly there. I just want to mention to you one thing, just for your conversational part. It's very good. Just one thing I want to mention is when you say, for example, working in a global company, that means that you have more opportunity. Just don't put the extra that in, and just say working in a global company means that you have some more advantages. So instead of, I think it's more because you're trying to, of course, we're all learning, so you're trying to think of the word, so you add an extra that in. But just need to say working in a global company means that, instead of saying working in a global company, that means that, just say working in a global company means that we have advantages and disadvantages.
yeah.
Yep. So do you understand? Mate, you might not have even noticed that you said it like that, Joanne. So just work on that, and it just means the sentence flows a lot nicer, I think. But Joanne, excellent answer. Just that one little thing to work on there. Thank you very much. Gong, you aren't joining us today, so no. You please tell us what you think the advantages and disadvantages are.
Yes, in my opinion, working for a global company has lots of advantages. You can have a chance to work in the international environment. It means you can have more job opportunity to develop knowledge, experience, and you can get a higher salary. And another advantages, I think, when you work in the local company, you can communicate with people all over the world, and you can do grow business many company in the world. In addition, I think when you work in the local company, you can you can have advanced technology because local companies have a good condition, and it provide the good training for the employee. Yes.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Nock. I'll just stop you there so we can just move on to the next thing. But yeah, excellent answer. Thank you very much. Just actually, sorry, Nock. Just one thing I wanted to mention quickly as we go is when you say another advantages, we don't want to use the plural there, just the singular. So another advantage, we say, or more advantages if we use the plural form. So, but that's all I wanted to. Yeah, more advantages or another advantage.
Yeah, yeah.
If we say another, we use the singular. So, but yeah, excellent. Good answer. Thank you, Nock. And now, Jesse, please, what are your opinions on this subject?
Yes, but with advantages. We can work with people from other countries and can learn from them a lot of things. So then we can improve ourselves quickly. And the second, most of global company they offer a high salary and a professional environment to work. So it's very good for us. And with this advantages, first is cultural different. We need to adapt quickly with the difference of culture. And the second, the working environment in global companies very competitive. So we have to work with a tight schedule and under pressure. So we don't have much time for ourselves, always busy.
Yeah, okay, yeah, excellent answer. So very busy, very competitive, like you said. Yeah, excellent. Okay, a lot of disadvantages and, of course, the advantages. Traveling the world, getting lots of money, those things that a lot of people dream about maybe. Maybe you find in a big company you end up just working all the time, so you can't even enjoy it. It just depends on who you are and how lucky you are with the job you get. Okay, so now let's have a look at our Where Your Words section, where we define some of the words that have to do with our topic today. So we have only 5 words for some reason today instead of 6. But we only have 5 people on the microphone, so that works out. Okay, I don't know why they've done that today. Anyway, our 6 words, as you can see on the screen, are communication, negotiation, breakdown, unacceptable, and difference. Okay, so I will ask you to choose one of those words and define that word, and then just make a short sentence using that word. Like you can see in the example below, cultural awareness has a huge impact on business negotiations. So yeah, they're there every day. I know I probably don't need to read that out, these examples. So let's start now with someone else other than Kim. We will start with Juan, please. Can you choose one of those words and give us the definition?
Yes, of course. I choose the number 3, breakdown. Breakdown means a failure of relationship, discussion, or the system.
Yep. Okay, excellent.
Failure.
So
Okay.
failure of a relationship.
Relationship, discussion,
What was it? Okay.
or the system.
Or system.
Yes.
Yeah, excellent. So we can talk about breakdowns of personal relationships, business relationships, breakdown of our car, of a bus, all types of things. Okay, excellent. And can you please create a sentence with that word, Chuan?
Yes. The printer is broken down. Please repair it for me.
Yeah, so the printer is broken down.
Now that's
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Yeah, that works. So you're just changing. But if we're using broken down, I guess that's an adjective. We're looking at the noun form here of a breakdown.
The noun.
So can you? Yeah, that was that. So that sentence was good. But can you think of one using it as a noun?
You talk about noun. There is a printer breakdown.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, excellent, excellent. Really good. Thanks, Juan. Okay, and now, Nock, can you please select a different word and define that, please?
I will choose negotiation. I think negotiation, it means it is a process people discuss to find a result.
Yeah, so a process of discussion
Yeah,
to find a result.
to find a result to solve the problem.
Yeah, to find a result, solve a
Problem.
problem. Yeah, excellent. And can you use that in a sentence, please?
It's necessary to have a negotiation to find out the way to resolve this problem.
Yep. Yeah, excellent, excellent. Okay, thank you, Nock.
Yeah.
And Jesse, can you please choose a different word and give us the definition?
Okay, I will choose number 5, difference.
Yep.
So different means the points or way in which people or things are similar.
Okay, let me just try and... Sorry guys, this screen's just playing up a little bit. I'm trying to type on it. It's not letting me. Okay, sorry Jesse. Just one more time for me, please, so I can type it on the screen. Sorry, Jesse, if you can just repeat your definition for me so I can type it. I was just having a little bit of trouble with the screen.
Okay. So I said I choose number 5, different. Difference.
Yep.
Okay, and difference means the points or way in which people or things are similar. It's not similar. The thing
Yep.
or the points.
People or things are not similar,
Things.
did you say?
Yes.
Yep.
Similar.
And sorry, Jesse, the first thing you said was a point? Was it the point, or a way? Okay, like a point. Yeah, a point of difference. Yeah. Yeah, excellent. That's good as well, because when we phrase that as well, we can say there is a point of difference between two things. Yeah, excellent.
Yes.
And can you use that in a sentence, please, Jesse?
Okay, with the sentence. What are differences between TOEIC and IELTS test? What are differences between TOEIC and IELTS test?
Yep, so I think you'd say that, what are the differences? So what are
TOEIC?
The differences between, yep. Yeah, excellent. So what are the
and
differences?
Test?
Yeah. Okay, actually, I'm not quite sure.
I think IELTS is more difficult.
Can you, hey, Jesse, if you type that in the chat box for me, please, just so I can understand. I just couldn't quite understand the last part of your sentence. So if you type that in the chat box for me, and I'll go to the next student, and then I'll come back to your sentence, please. Okay, thanks, Jesse. So if you just type that for me, and then we'll move it on. And Tuan, I'll just read in your chat box, I should say, make an agreement. Yeah, yeah, that's a nice way of saying it as well. Make an agreement. Go on. Yeah. So we can say that. We can say find a result. Make an agreement is a nice way of saying it. So yeah, excellent. Now, Kim, can you please choose a different word to define on the screen, please?
Yes. I do communication.
Yep.
Yes. Communication is when you want to transfer data from together. Transfer data together.
Transfer
Between
data.
two people, more than two people.
Yep. We don't really use the word data when we talk about people, though. We usually use information. If we're talking about information between someone, we tend to only use data when we're talking about technology and computers and things like this.
Okay.
So if you say information, so just actually, because I forgot to write the definition on the screen, so just give me that definition once more, please, Kim.
Sorry, teacher.
Sorry, just if.
Sorry.
Yeah. Just please give me your definition once more, because I didn't write it on the screen.
About communication.
Yeah, please.
Yes, I think communication that means exchanging of information or news. Yes, exchange information.
Yep. Yep, excellent. Yep, between two people.
Between two people.
Yeah, and we'll put two people. Let's just put people there, because we can have communication with more than one person. So we can say exchange of information between people. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different definitions of way we can describe communication as well. So we can simply say the exchange of language and ideas as well, things like this. Exchange of, it could be anything, cultural ideas is communication. So we'll leave the definition there as it is, but there are different ways we can say that as well. But yeah, Kim, excellent. Can you please use communication in a sentence, please?
Yes. I have communication English class at my company. Every Friday.
Yeah, excellent. Just Kim, just say I have an English communication class instead of communication English class. Just say I have a English communication class.
Yes, English communication class.
Yeah, excellent. So just swap those around. Okay, thanks, Kim. And lastly, John, can you define the last one for us there? Unacceptable.
Yes, teacher. I think I think unacceptable means something is not allowed and not receive approval from other people.
Yeah, excellent. Something that's allowed.
Doesn't receive approval from other people.
From people. Yeah, excellent. Really good definition, John. Can you now use that in a sentence, please?
Yes, teacher. My sentence is we should try to avoid making some unacceptable behavior.
I mean, that's correct, John, but I think a better way to say that would be we should avoid behaving unacceptably.
Yes,
is
teacher.
how we would usually phrase that. We'd say behaving unacceptably, or we try to, or just simply we try to avoid unacceptable behavior.
Teacher.
If you want, if we talk about using, we talk like we could say if we use the word using, which I think you might have used, we can say we should try to avoid using unacceptable language and things like this, or using unacceptable methods. When we talk about behavior, we just say instead of using, we just say we should avoid unacceptable behavior or behaving unacceptably.
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
Yes,
that makes sense to you, John? Okay,
yes, teacher.
excellent. Excellent. All right, guys. Very good definitions there from everyone. So thank you all very much. We need to have a look now at our next page of where your words, and this one will have some idioms. There they are. So we have two idioms here. Run a tight ship means to organize something in a very efficient way, and or controlling other people very closely. And so the term comes, I would assume, from back before airplanes existed, back when ships were used commonly all around the world. So if the captain runs a tight ship, he controls his ship very closely and very efficiently. So that idiom comes from that, from the old days of sailing. And we can use that to talk about companies or anything like that. So we mainly talk about companies, people running a tight ship, the boss runs a tight ship. Okay, and the other idiom on the screen, we have the big picture, which just means the whole situation. So I think that's fairly self-explanatory, that one. The big picture is the whole picture, the whole situation. Okay, there's an example here on the screen. I want you to create another sentence if you can. So please, we'll start at the top again with Kim. Can you create a sentence using one of those idioms, please?
Yes. Okay. I always run a tight ship in organizing my team to do any project.
Yep, excellent. Kim, I think it's best to say there, I always run a tight ship when organizing or when running my team. So instead of in running a team, when
Yes.
running or leading my team. Yeah, so just use the word when instead of in. But yeah, excellent. Really good sentence. Thanks, Kim. Excellent. John, can
Yes,
you
teacher.
please create a sentence with one of those idioms?
Yes, teacher. My sentence is this report gives us the big picture of the economy today.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent, John. Well done. And Chuan, can you please create a sentence?
Yes, I would like to make a sentence with the first useful item, run a tight ship. Global company always run a tight ship.
Yep, a tight ship. Just remember there, Chuan, to either say a global company runs a tight ship, or global companies run a tight ship. So if we're talking in the singular, a global company, we need to say runs with an S, runs a tight ship.
Yes.
And if we're saying,
runs
yep.
a tight ship.
Yeah, excellent, excellent, excellent. And then of course the opposite, well not the opposite, but the other one, if it's plural, global companies, then we say run tight ship. Yeah, excellent, good sentence. Thank you. And Jesse, can you please create an idiom? A sentence, sorry, using one of these idioms.
Make a sentence with the big picture. I think you misunderstand. You misunderstood. You misunderstand what I just presented. Let me show you the big picture. Then you will understand easier.
Yep, understand more easily. You could say that. Say so understand more easily. But excellent, very good sentence, Jesse. Very long sentence, lots of detail in that. Really good. Thank you. Okay. Let's now go on to. We have to have a look at some grammar before we run out of time. I'm sure you don't want me to keep you up too far past midnight. Just waiting for the screen to change. Okay, so there's our essential structures today with the grammar section. We're looking at using an infinitive verb here. And we have, it's quite a small sentence. It is, and we're using an adjective to a verb plus an object. So let's look at the example firstly. Okay, so we have it is part of our structure. Maybe use the adjective difficult and to avoid. There's our infinitive verb, to avoid miscommunication in business. That's our object at the end there of our example. So we have 3 pictures on the screen you can use to help you create a sentence with this. Let's start now. Jesse, let's start with you this time. Can you please create a sentence using that structure, please?
Okay. The sentence. It is not difficult to get a high score in English test if you spend enough time to learn English before the test.
Yeah, excellent. And I think just a better way of phrasing that would be enough time learning English before the test.
Yes.
Jesse? So Jesse, I think it's a good sentence. I think if you say enough time learning English before a test, or also enough time to learn the material, is probably a good way to say that as well. So the material is the information that we learn before a test. Yeah, excellent. That's just a, I think, slightly better way of phrasing it. But yeah, excellent. Good sentence, Jesse. Thank you. And Chuan, can you please create a sentence using that structure?
Yes, my sentence is, it is important to respect other cultures in business.
Yeah, excellent. Good sentence. Thanks, Chuan. And Chuan, can you create a sentence for us, please?
Yes, teacher. It's necessary to learn and it's necessary to know and respect other cultures.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you. And lastly, Kim, can you create a sentence, please?
Yes. It is difficult to study English.